Okay, we have our last couple here before we do our exercise. So, social energy, kind of is kind of derived from, interactions with others. So this really highly contributes to our, our relationships, the health and wellness and ease and balance in our relationships, and our social networks, who we're around, who who is feeding and uplifting our energy or draining
Hmm.
and depleting our energy. And it's really important to be conscious about that, because again, you have control. If you are in an environment or situations where you're just feeling drained and lonely, and it is having some, dis-ease in your being, um, you can change what happens there. And I know that there's some places that I go to, or that I network, that there's a lot of, for lack of a better word, kind of takers in the
Mm.
group. And I've had to really be conscious about the state that I am in, and if I'm allowing that, because if I don't think about it, I can walk away from those meetings and just feel depleted,
Yeah.
and just like, man, what happened there? And it had nothing to do with anything that I was doing, but it had to do with the state that person was in. And they were just like, oh, I'm helping them, but man, it's draining my energy. And so, part of that is just figuring out how to, again, kind of protect yourself, and not potentially be in places on a regular basis where you are being drained, because then you've got to figure out how to replenish and refill. And so just being conscious about that, even our very personal relationships, what are you bringing to the table in those social, personal, and environments? What are you bringing? What are you taking? What are you giving? Just really, spend some time thinking about that, and where, you want to be in the state that you want to be in, and does that need to change to help everything be uplifted? So, again, socially, it's a big thing, and especially even more with, again, social media can
Hmm.
change the energy of you. Certain things that you read, certain responses from certain people can change your kind of your social energy. It can rail it up or down so quickly. So being really conscious about where you're spending time in that environment is probably as big as anything else.
Absolutely. And it really, you really have to discern, learn to discern what that social energy is, as you said, doing to you. And there have been many times where I've had to remove myself from social circles
Yes,
because I felt that one, I was being used and it wasn't uplifting me.
right.
And I wanted
Give
to be
yourself
uplifted.
permission to step out of those things as
Yes.
quick as you can.
Yes. Well, and I know probably stayed in those situations a lot longer than I should have.
Right.
Because
Many of
I
us do.
yeah, well, we're learning.
Hmm.
And once I stepped outside and recognized that not just the social, but what it was doing to my spirit, what it was doing to my mental energy and my physical energy, because it's all interrelated. I was able to give my, as you said, give yourself permission to remove yourself from those situations and be okay
Yeah,
with it and
yeah.
be okay with it.